Alright, so here we go. Here is some drone footage from when we cleaned out the satellite manure storage, which is over where Jared lives. I wasn't sure if I was going to show this footage or not because I wasn't satisfied with it. I set out to get some footage of the chisel plowing, and I only got a short little bit of that. I ended up buying a new drone here in the fall. I hadn't flown it since then. And when I put the drone up in the air to film this, I got a message on the display saying that I needed to update my, update my location or something like that. And I neglected to do it. It allowed me to fly it, so I'm alright. When I ended up putting the drone up to catch some chisel plow action, well, it didn't work so good. So they are hauling manure to the frac tank. That C500 that just pulled out of the field, Jared is actually running that truck. Jared, Alex, Tim, and Jason are hauling manure to the frac tank. Jared and Alex are pulling manure from the satellite storage, and Tim and Jason are hauling manure from the home farm. And as it was, I wasn't able to catch them at the right time, and they're not in. Jason and Tim are not in this video clip here at all. But Jared had just pulled out of the field of that C5, and he's headed back to the lagoon to get loaded, and Alex is loading right now. So we're not too far from that lagoon. We had, the first year when we filled this lagoon, we had Newton Ag Service over here, and they drag lined the manure out of the lagoon, but it was just such a pain in the butt going under the road in a couple 2-3 spots and going across the creek and everything else. It was just as much setup time. Well, I shouldn't say just as much setup time, but there was quite a bit of setup time involved to haul out just a short little amount of manure that was in this lagoon. Now, this lagoon here holds like 2.5 or 3 million gallons. Jacob is in it right during this clip here with the crawler agitating, and Alex has pulled in underneath the pipe. They're loading it with a Noon over-the-wall pump with a, I think they're using the Noon load cart as well. Jared has pulled in, as you can see, and then Alex is pulling out. It is about perfect for 2 trucks pulling out of here, going the distance they're going, feeding the frac tank. Now, Alex will obviously get over to the frac tank, and they're running 3 spreaders in the field here. I'm going to have to speed up this footage a little bit, so I'm hoping that I can keep up with things here. So we're going to speed this up a little bit. Alright, so we have deleted some footage there because we don't need to show a lot of boring stuff here, but as you can see, she's making her way back to the field. We're just kind of circling the drone over the top of the field. We have 3 manure tankers in the field. Nate running the 9410 with our 8,500 gallon tanker. I think he was just pulling away when we flew over the top of him. I forget who's who in this footage here, but we're going to have to study things a little bit as things go on here. Actually, this is Nate right here. And I'm actually doing this voiceover as I'm planting corn. So this is Nate here with the 9410 and the 8,500 gallon Noon tanker with a set of injectors on the back. The third tanker that you see here in the field is Drew from Newton's Ag Service. They've got a 90, wow, what the heck is that tractor? 9520 on a 7,300 gallon pool tanker with a 6-shank injector as well. Right while I'm at the field here, they're running a little short on manure. The guys, I actually called them and wondered where they were. They were agitating the manure pit at home, and it was taking them a little while longer to get up here. And the 4 semis that we had hauling to this location prior to me flying the drone, they were keeping up to very nicely as far as having enough manure in the frac tank to where these guys were just coming and going from the frac tank. This is Newton Ag Service here with Drew with Newton Ag Services 9520 along with their 7,300 gallon manure tanker. Now you might be asking, why isn't Sarah running her truck? Well, Sarah, during this footage here, she's running the chisel plow, which I end up taking Andrew over to the field, and I ended up getting some footage, just a short amount of footage. You guys are going to be disappointed because I couldn't get the drone to fly any more than about 150 yards, not even 200 feet from my truck, and I tried signing in to logging in and all that crap, and it wouldn't allow me to do it, so I ended up giving up. So right now Damien, he has pulled up to the frac tank. Alex has started to unload. As you see, she's pulled up far enough as Jared ends up pulling in behind her to start offloading at the same time. Damien has our 9320 along with our 6,000 gallon Newton tanker with a set of 6-shank Dietrich injectors on the back of that. Again, I had wondered where our other 2 tankers were because I was up here for a big 15 minutes or so, and had they not been agitating the manure pits at home, they would have been cycled into the frac tank here as well. Alex has pulled far enough ahead to where she can get her pipe just in the back tail of the frac tank, and then there is not much manure at all in the frac tank. It is being loaded right into Damien's tanker just as fast as she can deliver it to the tanker or into the frac tank. Nate, he's just I don't know what he climbed up on his tanker for, but there is a float valve that comes up out of the bottom of the top of the tanker. He might have been adjusting that. Every once in a while it gets dry manure on it and they have to lube that up a little bit. I don't know where Alex is right there, and I thought she was standing on the tail end of her truck, but she is not. Jared ends up pulling up here momentarily, and he ends up offloading into this frac tank here at the same time, and then Damien, he'll get enough manure to pull away, and then the 8,000 gallons that, actually 8,500 gallons that Jared ends up delivering, that is just about enough to get Nate loaded here as well. So bang bang, he swings over. The rest is basically self-explanatory. So I am about out of fertilizer. We'll have to finish the rest of this voiceover here here after I fill with fertilizer and get back situated here. So we'll join back up with you guys in a few moments. Okay, like I was saying in the beginning part of this whole video, voiceover, whatever, I wasn't sure I was even going to show this footage because it's kind of boring. I know you guys don't really care too much for the drone footage, and it drags on and whatever else like that, but from the prior video I did have a couple of you that said, oh, we missed the drone footage. So here is my nephew here with the 7290 and the chisel plow. This is as far as I could get the drone to fly away from where I was sitting in my pickup. I dropped Andrew off at another field to run the offset disc. My nephew was taking my brother's spot. My brother was going to leave his truck in the field, so these guys had a way home here that night. So I'm trying to get the drone figured out, and that didn't work. And now my nephew is at the other end of the field working his way back through this way. Sarah, she's in the field on the other side. Maybe you guys seen her. I can't tell on this small screen if you guys seen her in the background, but my intentions were to get these guys both in the same frame. So that is going to do it for this video. I do apologize for the lack thereof the chisel plow action, but it is what it is. So we'll catch you at the next one. Thanks for watching.